Hello, I'm Juliette Maris, integrated bodyworker and co-founder of BeautifullyBalanced.me. My work is based on helping people get out of pain by working with their alignment. And one thing that people think of when they think of alignment is cracking, adjusting. So today I wanted to share a little story, a client that came into my practice and told me that she had a lot of neck pain and a lot of neck discomfort and tightness and tension there. She's like, I know, I crack my neck all the time and I shouldn't. And I asked her, well, is it kind of a forceful crack or is it just, it's kind of gentle and with the breath? And she said, no, it's pretty forceful. So this is what I shared with her, and I wanted to share it with you because I feel like a lot of people do things and they don't know what is actually going on in the body. So I learned this from a chiropractor that I worked with when I first became a massage therapist. So at that point, I adjusted pretty much every part of my body, my neck, my back, my fingers, my feet, my toes, my ankles, sometimes my knees, definitely my hips, pretty much anything I could crack I did. And I felt good cracking it. But the one that I see the most is when people sit in a chair and then they kind of do this guy. And so when you do that, this is what the chiropractor shared with me. He said that when you're adjusting the spine like that, when you're cracking like that, you're keeping that portion of the spine loose. So the one that's cracking is the one that's already loose, that's already mobile. And the one that's not is the one that's actually giving you the discomfort. That's where you have all that tightness and restriction and tension. So that one is actually staying tense. And so you just keep making the loose ones loose and keep the tight ones tight, which doesn't actually help anyone. And the bad thing is that the ligaments that you have that support your spine get looser, and we don't actually want our ligaments to get looser. We want our ligaments to stay the way they are and to support us in that way. So we're bringing ourselves closer to injury when we do that, and nobody really likes to throw their back out. So I highly suggest that you don't do that anymore. What I do suggest is that if you like the feeling of cracking or adjusting, is that you instead do some range of motion. So when you use the range of motion in a certain joint, you bring synovial fluid to the area, and synovial fluid will lubricate that area and bring more range of motion there, which is good. So if it's your neck that you like to crack, I would suggest that you do a couple of neck circles, but do them mindfully and do them slowly and with the breath. So slowly bring your ear towards your shoulder and then gently bring your nose down. And you can feel free to stop and use the breath in any area that you feel discomfort. And when you get to the back, I wouldn't flop the neck all the way back because you don't want to crunch the neck, the cervical spine. So I would just leave it a little elevated instead of going all the way back, because that's not really very good. So you can do that a couple of times. If it's your spine that you like to crack and doing this guy, you can lay on your back and bring your knees to the side. If you don't feel a stretch when you bring your knees to the side, you can cross one leg over the other and then bring your knees to the side, and that should open up this a little bit more. You might feel that in the front of the shoulder if the shoulder is tighter than the low back, and if so, I'll link a video that I did, a video blog before, and I'll put in the timestamp of when I go over that stretch. That stretch stretches this muscle in the back, QL, quadratus lumborum. And the last thing that I would like to say is that if you're going to try to stop cracking, be kind with yourself and just know that you're going to have to be really diligent about not doing it for about a week or two, and then in that week you're going to feel more tense. It's just not going to feel good because your body's used to that instant gratification. So just be nice to yourself, do some range of motion that feels good to you, and after about 2 weeks you really shouldn't feel any more tension. And if there is something going on, that's the point in time when you should you should contact your wellness professional. You know, call me, call your chiropractor, call your physical therapist, whomever, so that you can feel better in your body. So in the comments below, I would love for you to share if there's some part of your body that you really just love to crack and it just feels so good, or anything that you do instead of cracking, or if you tried to stop cracking, what helped you. I think it's always helpful to hear from many different people, because the experiences that I've had are different from the ones that each of you have had. So the more knowledge that we can share with everyone, the better. Enjoy the rest of your month, and I'll see you next time.